Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. The Los Angeles Lakers lost in horrible fashion to the Brooklyn Nets, and panic is starting to set in Lakers land. It has been proven that changes will have to be made to the squad. Acquiring star DeJounte Murray before the NBA trade deadline will be essential to turning things around this season. The Lakers want to fight for the championship, which is where they deserve it. The announcement of the signing of DeJounte Murray could come at any moment. Lakers close to closing the DeJounte Murray deal. The discussions between the Lakers and Hawks have picked up to the point of discussing trade packages, with one report detailing the Lakers' package of D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and a 2029 first-round pick. The Lakers certainly seem to be focusing heavily on DeJounte Murray, and we learned the degree to which they have reportedly had trade discussions with the Hawks over the last week. With Zach LaVine moving further into the rearview mirror, the Lakers and Hawks are moving forward with talks surrounding Murray. And, according to Jovan Buha of The Athletic, the two sides have also discussed the framework of a deal. The Murray buzz is only increasing, and to noisy levels. The Lakers and Hawks have discussed potential frameworks of a deal, including a version late last week that centered on Russell, Hood-Schifino, the 2029 first-round pick and additional draft compensation, according to multiple team and league sources. Talks have since stalled, but are expected to pick back up closer to the deadline. As another note on these trade talks, Michael Scotto of Hoops Hype reported on Thursday that any trade involving Russell would need to include a third team to reroute him. Any framework for a Murray trade to the Lakers would likely involve guard D'Angelo Russell, league sources told Hoops Hype. However, that would be contingent on Russell being flipped to a third team from Atlanta in the process. Russell's $18.69 million player option for next season and his playing style next to Trae Young isn't viewed as a fit for the Hawks. Accepting a trade centered around a package of D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, and the 2029 first-round draft pick is a far cry from the previous report of wanting more than Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura in a trade return. But there's also a reason the trade talk stalled. The Lakers don't have any other first-round picks to offer, so the draft compensation is what it is, effectively, in this trade. Perhaps the hesitation from the Hawks centers around wanting better players in return. It's also hard to imagine that other teams couldn't and wouldn't beat this trade package. Respectfully, this trade package is pretty average, but leaking this could prompt other teams to get involved after realizing where the price is right now. That would certainly be bad news for the Lakers, because there is a line in the sand they have drawn, which is not including Reeves in trade talks. The more this turns into a bidding war, the more they might have their will tested in that regard, and while they reportedly would include him in trade talks, it would likely change the entire dynamic of the negotiations considering what the Lakers want. For the Hawks, this trade package is going to be there for Murray between now and the February 8 trade deadline, so they're in no rush. As Buha noted, the talks likely won't pick up again until closer to the deadline as they field other offers and get a lay of the land. As a starting point, this is very good for the Lakers. But with no rush right now for the Hawks to make a deal, don't be surprised if a much better trade offer is what it takes to get a deal done. Lakers fans expect successful trade. However, Los Angeles fans are hopeful they can turn things around quickly because they saw it happen last year. Before the NBA trade deadline last season, general manager Rob Pelinka made a series of smaller moves that paid big dividends. Their revised lineup heated up in the final days of the season and reached the Western Conference Finals. This recent history is why Lakers fans are hoping more trades can be made in the coming weeks to yield similar results. However, making moves this time around is a little more difficult as several players from last season's team agreed new long-term contracts last summer. Therefore, LA does not have the same salary flexibility as it did last year.